Nếu mà đi đâu mình bằng có fish.
Chumming for a megalodon?
Yeah, but now I
We're chumming for a megalodon, and the megalodon is sleeping on its back right now. Jack has just loved this pool all summer. He and I have been swimming pretty much every day. It's a 4-foot deep above ground pool, and it's a great way to have an inexpensive pool in your yard. It's really relatively cost effective if you want to have a pool. It's got I'll show you a little bit about it. This is a 24 feet long pool, and I think it's about 15 feet wide. So the pool is on a slanted part of our yard, and it kind of looks like it's ground level from the patio, but then if you walk around the side, you can see that it's actually above ground. We've got a pump underneath here and Haywood filter. It's just been outstanding. We have had to purchase one additional filter in the 30 years that we've had this pool, and it's really been very easy to care for. It costs about $300 a year for us to have the pool in chemicals and other expenses. We use a solar cover, which allows us to be in the pool and be reasonably warm throughout the summer from Memorial Day to Labor Day. We've had this pool for 30 years. It cost about $3,000 brand new, and it lasted about 25 years till the liner needed to be replaced. This liner's about 5 years old. The original filter lasted about 25 years, and the pumps last maybe 5 to 10 years depending on the pump. We tend to run the pump 24/7 on this pool, just so there's no shock of starting and stopping. We find that's just the easiest thing to do. And but overall the pool's been great. Replacing the liner was not a big deal at all. Those are relatively cheap and easy to replace. And replacing the filter wasn't a big deal for us either. We just bought a new, larger capacity than needed Haywood filter to take care of it, and then that will last, we hope, another 25 years.
Now I think we should punish me.
Now you think what?
We should do this.
Go ahead and close the pool?
Yeah.
You all done for the year?
Yeah, I think so. What
All
is
right.
this?
That's a chlorine-free shock, and that's the main thing that we need to put in the pool for the winter to keep it over the winter. We don't have any staining issues. We don't have pH issues and so forth. We just put a little shock in there and then cover it. So we put a pool cover on like this, and that'll do the trick. We put a couple of floats in the pool with air in them so that ice doesn't form on the surface and cause an issue. And then we surround the pool with these little guys filled with water, and that holds the cover down. We also just tie the cover around the edges of the pool and let it sit over the winter, and that does just fine for us. When we go to open the pool then in the spring, what we'll do is we will pull any water that's on the cover out. So we just have a little pump that pumps that water off and just right onto the yard. And then we can take the cover off and make sure the pool is the right level. Add chlorine tablets. So we use just regular little 3-inch chlorine tablets. And the pool's ready to go in literally a day. So it's easy to open, easy to close for us, and has been just an absolute delight. When we need to vacuum it, we've got a vacuum and just hook it up to the strainer outlet there, and the pump pulls water through it, and We do generally need to vacuum once or twice a year because of leaves out of the trees, but really it's pretty maintenance free in this particular location. The trees are kind of starting to get closer and closer to the pool, so I think we're going to need to cut those back unless we want to spend more time cleaning the pool soon. But other than that, it's been pretty darn easy to take care of. You ready to close the pool up, bud? You ready to close the pool?
Yep.
You all done swimming for the year?
Yep.
You sure?
Sure.
All right,
Wait.
let's do it. All right, Jack's vacuuming the pool a little bit. Gonna get the last couple of leaves out, and then we'll add our chemicals for the winter and close it up. It's morning, and the pool's been stirring overnight with the chemicals that we put in it. 1 or 2 hours is probably plenty, but we went ahead and did it overnight, and it's about ready to close up now. We're gonna put the cover on, get some floaties in it and all the rest.
What
But
are
first,
the
we're-
floaties for, you should tell us?
Yeah, well, the floaties are so that if ice forms on the pool, then it won't break the pool. If ice forms in the underneath the cover, which it will, that it doesn't break the pool. You've got little floaties along the edge there where the ice can expand, and that's a good thing. And then we'll seal the edge with bags of water, and we're just going to get the solar cover to dry out now and put it away, and we'll be ready to close the pool up here in a couple minutes. We spent about half an hour yesterday vacuuming and putting the initial chemicals in the evening, and we'll finish closing it up today. Got it? Good enough. All right, set it down. I think it's in pretty good shape now. We got it real nice and spread out. Let's put this over the top of these. All right, so we've got a 10,000 gallon pool, and we're just gonna poke holes in here at the 10,000 gallon level. All right, we're gonna go ahead and blow up this extra floaty to put in the top of the pool. And I've got a little fan motor to do that here. So we'll just turn it on and we really love this pool, so it's always mixed emotions when it's time to close it, when winter's coming. It's so much fun to play in during the summer, and but time to put it up for the year. Yeah, all this stuff we're gonna need to put where? In position when we put the cover on. And then once the cover's on, all of these little floaties will be along the edges of the pool. And that'll protect it when ice expands on the pool. You about ready to put the cover on?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's get the cover on and get everything in place.
Let's do it.
Hey, before we do that though, did you have fun in the pool this summer?
Awesome time.
Awesome time. It was really good. All right, stay out of the water because we got chemicals in there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But what is that completely for?
That's a slow release of additional chemicals that are going to seep into the water over the winter. It's just like a little extra chlorine sort of stuff. I think it's a chlorine-free oxidizer of some sort.
What's the chlorine-free oxide?
All right, we've called for reinforcements, and we're going to get the cover on the pool next. Just make sure they're on the sides. But yeah, they need to be along the sides. Hey, a little bit more. Right there, perfect. That's the perfect spot. All right, now we just tie the edges up and the cover's on. You want to help me spread these bags around the pool, bud?
Yeah, baby!
Let's do it.
I thought there was a way to do this quicker, but the quicker way did not work.
When we finish putting water in the bags going around the pool, we will put a little water on the surface of the cover to make sure the wind doesn't blow it up. And of course, after this, we'll have to drain the filter, drain the pump, make sure those can't form ice and crack during the winter and so forth to finish closing up. But for now, we'll just get these on. Probably let the pool circulate for another week or so before we turn off the filter. You want it to be good and cold, say well below 65 degrees before you close it up completely. So about 4 hours total to close the pool and about the same to open it on the other end. It could be 6 hours depending on if you need to add water and so forth, but in terms of dedicated time out there doing things with it, it's about 3 or 4 hours to close and open this particular pool. Opening it in the spring is just the reverse process and pretty easy to do. It's been a great pool. We've really enjoyed it.